Yo, welcome to CypherBeastT TV. We got all the way from Zurich, Switzerland, from DPC Crew. He's been dancing for about 2 decades. His knowledge as an entrepreneur elevates his breaking knowledge to grow his community, creating one of the top international breaking events called DPC Jam. We got no other than Leo. Yeah. On this episode, we will discuss the journey, DPC Jam, and more. I'm your host, Tony47, and enjoy this episode. Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to CypherBeast TV. I'm your host, Tony47. On today's show, all the way across the world, we got Leo over in Zurich, Switzerland. Bro, what's up? How you doing?
Exactly. Yeah. Hi, bro. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing good. It's pretty early here in Switzerland and winter time, but yeah, all good. Thanks. How about you?
Nice. Dude, I'm doing good, man. Good to have you on. Love the internet, virtual, all the way we can link up across the world as in one together. I'm currently at
Hmm.
home in the office, and so this is tight, man. Definitely want to tap into your storytelling, how you got into breaking, kind of
Hmm.
down the road. Tell me about your crew, the DPC crew. Let's go back. So you started dancing. I think we're talking a little bit off screen. You said you started dancing in 2002.
Hmm.
Was that is that when you got into breaking, or were you doing a different style of dancing beforehand?
So like before that, I did capoeira because like my mom is Brazilian, so I
Oh,
got into
nice.
capoeira, and then at some point like the schedule of my school changed and everything, so I couldn't go anymore to that course. And in that same period, the region where I grew up, we had like lots of immigrants, like basically only immigrants, and they were all like started to dance breaking, and there was like a youth center.
Sweet.
So they dragged me there, and this is how I started to get like I got into breaking. And yeah, that was in 2002. And first, like the first few years was just like, like 1 hour a week. You go into the youth center, you practice together. And then just later down the road, I got hooked. And then, for example, me and my friends, we had like cardboards. And even at that time, we still had cassettes, like listening to cassette music. And then slowly, like the CDs came. And then, yeah, on carports in, like we had the basement where we could park the bicycles. And then like we were practicing on that carports over there. Yeah. Then only later around 2000, maybe 7 or 8, I went for the first time to Zurich, which is like the biggest city in Switzerland, and there into Dynamo. And Dynamo is like, kind of pretty known place, practice spot in Zurich. It has more than 25 years. And actually the D of DPC stands like comes from Dynamo. And
Oh,
since I get started to get into Dynamo, then I really got hooked into the scene and I started to meet other people. And then, yeah, I think there was where my real journey began as a B-boy. Yeah.
oh, dude, that's awesome.
Hmm.
That's sweet. If you can
Hmm.
remember, when did you first compete on your first competition?
Oh shit.
How many years
I
later after when you started? Was it like a year later, 2 years
No, I think it
later?
was no more. I think it was like 2007. It was in Basel. The event was called Soul on Top. I remember it was three versus three, and then the first round we again danced against B girls, and we lost the first round. I remember. Yeah, yeah. And these girls are actually still active and still friends of mine. Yeah. Shout
Oh,
out to
no way.
especially Becca. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so cool that like years later we still connected.
Wow, that's awesome. And when you started, how old were you? Your age
So I'm
during
born
that
I'm
time?
born in '89. So I was I think 13. Yeah,
Okay.
2002, 13, yes.
Oh, wow. You're born in
Now
89.
I'm,
Okay, so you're
yes,
okay, cool.
35 now. I'm
35.
35.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sweet. Okay. I'm
yeah.
87,
How?
so I'm a little older. I'm
Okay, yeah.
37.
37. Okay, cool.
37.
Nice.
So we're pretty close in age. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start until
When,
'06, and I was 18 years old when I started breaking.
okay, nice. And was it like, many people say, 18 is too old to start something. Did you feel that as
Right.
well, or?
At the time, no, because a couple years prior, I was into like more of like hip hop dance because of my high school.
Okay.
They had some
Mm,
people that were doing that, but it was my senior year in high school. Two of these guys just came from a different school, and for some reason they did an assembly and they just started breaking, and I saw him doing the
Mhm.
windmills, started doing flares. I was like, what? This is cool, and like this is what I wanted. Like in my mind, I was like, oh, dude, I want to learn that. That's cool, you know. And
Mhm.
so I connected
So
with
cool.
them. One of them's still active, not competing active, but he'll like practice and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I kind of recruited in the crew at the time, and so yeah, ever since I kept loving it, and that's what I kept doing, and so
Amazing.
yeah, man, yeah,
So cool. Nice. Yeah, so I think when everything kicked off on my side, especially was when we founded our crew, D.C Crew. Like actually DPC, their full name is D.C, and it's we had like three practice spots. One is Dynamo, the one I mentioned before, and the second one is Point, and then the third one is Cambium. It's like the first letter of
oh,
the three places. And we like were friends that didn't have a crew yet, and then we put us together to found the crew. And one of the founding members is also, for example, Godfather, the one who does all the podcasts. And
yeah.
yeah, so also, yeah, he's one of the founding members of DPC Crew.
Oh, that's
And then
pretty
and
dope.
then Eddie and Oli. So we were kind of like the first generation DPC Crew. Yeah.
Okay, so DPC is kind of like your hometown, your training grounds in different type of. You got different. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
combined
three practice
circle into
spots.
DPC.
Exactly. Hmm.
That's actually really cool. I haven't heard a story like that, so that's pretty tight. And it's still ongoing till today. You guys are throwing a big things with the category of the name DPC. You got the DPC Jam.
Exactly.
On your Instagram, there's DPC Yoga. Could you tell me
Yes.
about them? Kind of. Uh,
How everything evolved.
yeah, everything evolved. So it
Yeah.
was a crew established
So
first, and then how did you get into
exactly.
the other niches?
So, like, uh, Godfather and I, we were actually even living together for 2 years. We were sharing a flat. And in that time, he was like, "Hey, bro, we have 5 years DPC crew. Let's throw a jam, an anniversary jam."
Mm.
And that was in 2014. And then we were like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's do it." And already like the first year, we had the same concept that we have today. So we invite 8 teams from abroad and they battle against 8 that qualify the same day. And in our very first year, we had Morning of Owl coming. It was that year where
Oh.
they were winning like everything, you know. And the reason was I went to university, like I did university, and then I had one semester studying in Korea. And so I
Uh huh.
was kind of close to Morning of Owl. And at that time when we did DPC Jam, they were staying in the Netherlands, which is kind of close to Switzerland.
Oh, nice.
And then they have rent a car and then they came to Switzerland, stayed for a week and they joined the competition. And because that time they were such on their peak, then many people came because they wanted to see them. So already our first
Mm,
event was already pretty good. And then we said, yeah, let's do it again next year.
yeah.
And this is how everything started to roll. Yeah. Then in like the next DPC project was DPC Academy, which is like a breaking school. We teach kids,
That's
and that
awesome.
was in 2020. And then, since I practiced yoga for a very long time, I did in 22, I did the yoga teacher training and I wanted to add this to our schedule because I wanted to do, like, I was considering other types of dance and then I was like, no, I want to do something that I also personally practice. And that's
Mm,
why decided to do a teacher training and then also offer yoga classes. And this is then how DPC Yoga evolved. And then later down the road, we also founded DPC Agency, which is a spin-off the DPC Jam. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of very long
wow.
story, super short. So if you have
Yeah.
any, like,
Long
would
story
like to
short.
know something more specific, then I'm really happy to dive deeper.
Yeah, 100%. And if people want to get in touch with it, especially in your hometown, or maybe they just want to know more about it, do you guys have
Hmm.
do you have a website to find that, or
Yes.
a
Yeah.
location?
So we have dpcacademy.ch, like CH is like the short thing for Switzerland. And then we have dpcyoga.ch and then dpcjam.com, dpcagency.ch. Exactly. Everything with DPC. So our idea was why we chose DPC to stay with that. It's kind of part of branding, you know. So
Right,
people
for sure.
knew our crew, and we are very active in different ways. For example, yeah, Godfather, he's emceeing many big events. Oli is a very successful photographer, etc., etc. So people know us kind of, and then we said, let's keep that name, that brand for all our projects. So when we started DPC
Yeah.
Academy, people knew, that's DPC Crew, and that's the guys who do DPC Jam. They know what they're doing, so they are from the scene. They're for sure like they know what they do. And same thing then when we went into yoga, I was thinking, should I change the name? But then I was like, no, that's me. I am the b-boy who practice yoga. And this kind of a way also to differentiate us from other yoga studios, because there's no other yoga studio who like the people behind are dancers. And this gives us this specific like special touch. And yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
No, that's amazing, dude. You said the word branding, which is,
Hmm.
I think, more dancers, breakers, organizer gotta keep that in mind. You know, branding, your branding. You know, DPC yoga. You know, you got the
Hmm.
academy. We don't offer just breaking classes, but if you want to get into yoga, we also offer that too. And so you kind of
Hmm.
package it in a different way. That way, you can help other people and kind of build that knowledge of to teach others. So I think that's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's tight.
I think like branding, personal branding is something super important, and it's getting more and more important. You know, like if, I don't know, let's make
100%.
examples. You know, like, I don't know, Donald Trump is way more famous
100%.
than the Republican Party. You know, like the
Right.
people behind, or, you know, like people know more the faces instead of like the company behind them, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's moving more into this direction also with social media, etc. So it's very important to have like a strong personal brand, and also like maintain your brand.
Dude, I love that. I love that. And
Mhm.
so, just a little bit back. So, all the DPC things, Academy, the crew, yoga, I'll link that all in the description below if you want to find it.
Thank you so much.
Also, on the branding, social media, content, I think that's a great topic we can tap into.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think from now and even in the future, personal branding is so valuable that we
Hmm.
kind of don't a lot of people take for granted. And social media right now, it's free. You just got to
Hmm.
put the work into it to put out videos or photos and posts, right? And
Hmm.
so using that knowledge and exposure is key for personal branding. If you look up look for example, Logan Paul, he made a huge thing with personal
Yes.
branding. Now he has a product, or Prime Drinks,
Yes,
did a
exactly.
Lunchable Lunchly with like Mr. Beast, for example. Definitely killing it in using their personal brand, right? And
Exactly.
so,
Mm-hmm.
how can dancers, breakers, or people that want to get into more into the commercial space or personal branding is a huge asset for them down the road,
Hmm.
10, 5, 10 years down the road, which can open more doors. And I think it's a wonderful thing that we're speaking about this because I
Hmm.
like talking about it too because I see it in my mind too, personal branding and stuff like that. And so, like, with your DPC thing, talking to you about it, I'm like, I had the kind of vision beforehand with like CypherBeast,
Hmm.
CypherBeast TV, the media, and I have a different vision. Uh, I have like CypherBeast Studios, and I want to create like
Hmm.
breaking programs or other things and a lot more other things. But I just got to make sure one's established right after.
Hmm.
And so, big vision in my mind. And so, you guys are kind of
Very
doing
cool.
something similar, like, oh, like, dude, you're doing something that I thought of. So, I thought it was really cool to get you on the podcast, kind of talk to you and chop
Hmm.
it up and stuff. Because everything you could think of, I feel like somebody's done it. You just don't know who done it. How can you learn from each other and grow and
Hmm.
expand together? And so, personal branding, you are doing some interview content. I seen that, which is super
Hmm.
cool. Some of the storytelling. Um,
Hmm.
Tell me, what are your thoughts in doing those interviews in kind of storytelling
Hmm.
others?
So Um, do you want to just know about specifically the interviews that I'm doing, or just like general about
Yeah, so like you just recently posted a video with people Ivan, you
Ivan?
know?
Yes, exactly.
And so
So
did you have
yeah,
that question in your mind, or did you kind of just freestyled it and you're like, I just want to ask him to see what he's.
yeah. No, like with Ivan, it was a bit kind of a freestyle. Yeah, like so I knew I want to
Okay.
ask him a bit like into that direction, but just like how everything turned was very like Ivan style, you know,
Yeah,
and I love it.
that's.
It's supernatural. So yeah, basically with these interview things, my idea was I feel many b-boys have a bit issues with speaking about, let's say, their vulnerable parts, you know.
Right, yes.
People in the breaking scene, b-boys, men, I speak about men specifically, are very like macho and strong and fight and battle and never say, for example, I'm doing bad or I'm sad or you know like something is not working, whatever, you know, like people in the breaking scene they don't show
Yeah.
this side because it's kind of our nature to you know like compete. You go to pre-selection, you have to be strong, you know, you have to battle, you have to smoke the others, and it's kind of in our nature. That's why we never show like when we are doing bad, let's say.
Right, some
And my
vulnerability. Yeah.
exactly, and my idea was with these interviews to tap into also this world. Like in the end, we are all humans, like you, me, every dancer, and it's not possible that we are just, you know, like everything is sun, shiny and rainbows and, you know, like, everything is perfect, you know, like
Yeah.
that's not reality. And that's why my mission was a bit to like, speak about other topics and not, you know, like, I don't know, um, uh, how many hours do you practice a day? You know, like this kind of question that you expect all the
Yeah.
time. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask about like the first interview I posted was with Bernina and we spoke about mental health and you know, like I want to speak about these kind of things and
Yes.
just to show the world that in the end we are just humans and we all have difficulties, we all have struggles, and yeah, I want to tap into that world. Also about mindset, about learning, personal development, and these things.
Yeah, no, that's great stuff. And it helps
Hmm.
you grow as a person, as a human being, because
Definitely.
those failures will just, it could either make you or break you, right? And how do
Exactly.
you keep going from that failure and how do you grow from it and what you learn? And so, which taps into a lot to like mental health type situations. It's
Exactly.
how long you've been practicing before you got, you let's say before you win that jam, but you were practicing 10 hours a week or more, all those hard times. And so
Hmm.
that's what we want to
Hmm.
know and learn kind of that hustle, kind of that grind and getting under the trenches. How do they do it? So, man, that's
Exactly.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Um, cool. And loop it back a little bit. We were talking about a little bit personal brand
Hmm.
beforehand. What do you see in content creating down the road? You think is it something that we should tap into now and just start posting whatever we can that kicks in?
So like I think there are two questions here. Like, so first of all, about personal brand in general, and I th I learned something from a mentor that I would like to share, and it's something very
Okay.
it was very a bit changing for me, life changing, let's say. So I used to work in a bank, and I had a mentor, and he was very experienced person, very smart, very cool, very humble. And the first task that he gave me, like the first question he asked was like, what is your brand? I said, what do you mean? He said, yeah. So when someone hears Leo, what do they think? Like, what are the first things that comes into their minds? And then I was like, I don't know. Then he said, okay, up to next week, think about this. This is your task. And then I had to really think, okay, what do people think when they hear Leo? And then the week after, I said, yeah, I said these things. And then he was like, okay, and what do you actively do to maintain your brand? So, I don't know, for example, I said, Leo's
Oh, okay.
reliable. And then I said, okay, what do you actively do that people know, okay, Leo is reliable or Leo is the go-to person. If I have a question, I can go there. Or Leo is, like whatever,
Hmm.
And then from there, I started to really incorporate this into my life. So when people hear Leo, this is me. And it's not what is also important there. It's not I behave in a way that people expect me to, whatever, no. So it's natural. So that's me. And then, for example, if Leo is a person who's reliable, then I am reliable. Then, for example, if I say I do something, then I will do it because that's me, so, and that's something that is very important to have your personal brand. It can be, it can go in any direction, like, for example, B-boys tend to be late. I don't know. B-boy
Right.
XY is a person is always late. And this guy is not reliable. This guy, when he says A, but does B,
Mm,
very fast you get like this image about yourself, and
yeah.
yeah, so that's something that, I can really recommend to people to think about their, like, first go dive into what do people think when they hear my name, and yeah, about the content stuff. So right now I'm a bit in a phase where I'm trying to discover into which direction I want to go. So I've been
Okay.
posting
Right. Right.
interviews. I've been posting, like back in the days, I was just posting breaking stuff. And then I realized that if you just post breaking stuff, the people that you can reach is very limited because there are not
Hmm.
that many breakers around the world. And then I was like, okay, and how can I give value to people? And one thing is I have gathered some experience in my life through my works, through organization, like organizing events, through yoga, at personal development, reading books. So I think I have some knowledge that I can share. And that's why I started to do this videos where I speak into the camera. And then I had the idea with the interviews. This is something that I'm doing right now, and also
Yeah.
some like yoga things. And the next few months, my mission is to, or my goal is to just post stuff, and then I will see the metrics and see what works,
Mm,
what
right.
doesn't, and then start to double down on the things that work. Yeah, right now these interviews are working very well, so I think I will do, like, I will definitely do more of this. And yeah, let's see what else gonna work on my account. Yeah, so yeah, in the end, like right now, the algorithm is pretty good. So if the content is not good, you will not get your reach. If the
Hmm.
content is good, you will get your reach. So it's kind of, yeah, just follow that metrics later on. Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of it's kind of like trial and error, and then
Yes.
once you get a good report, or then you'll go through and fall back and say, oh, this content is really good. Can I do more of this
Yes.
style? And I'm gonna keep this and figure out different styles with it. Um,
Exactly.
dude, that's awesome,
Yeah.
dude. And
And I have actually, I've read this book, Day Trading Attention. It's from Gary Vee.
oh,
Gary Vee?
yes, yes, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Dude, I love him. He's sweet. That's one thing with the
Yes.
podcast I kind of started. He was like, "Hey, start a podcast, and then you
Yeah,
chop them up to shorts," and that's what I've been
exactly.
doing.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Exactly. So I'm following this and yeah, trying things and yeah,
that that's his newest
le
book.
exactly. Yes,
That's
his
his newest.
latest.
Okay, I gotta listen to
Yes.
that. I listen to his audiobooks. I have his book right up here. I listen to oh gosh, Gary Vee, Crush It. He was talking about
Ah, yeah,
social media
nice.
content, all that stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but I listened to the audio version. So then after I was like, this is really good. I'm gonna buy the book so I can keep it.
hmm
And then his other one, but I gotta listen to that new one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's really
so
good. It's because it's very up to date and, like with the current environment. And yeah, I recommend it. I really recommend it.
that's cool. And the name of it, day trading attention. I don't know the backstory of it. I think of day trading attention is basically where's all the attention eyes are in today in
Yes.
probably social media, and that's
Exactly,
where it should
exactly.
tap into.
Yeah, you just you enter a bus or a train or whatever, or wherever you go, you see people are just like looking at their phone, so their attention is on their phone. And it's not like a billboard or, like, I don't know, TV or whatever. These things are old. So people are
Mm.
on their phone. And this is kind of where all the untapped value is. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool, man.
Untapped
That's awesome.
opportunities also. Yeah. Hmm.
That's sweet. Tell me, with creating events, DPC
Hmm.
Jam, I haven't been there personally, but I seen videos. Stance posts a bunch of videos. Dude,
Hmm.
it looks super hype. It looks sweet. It looks great, right? And I wanted to actually say like, so the back end when you threw your first one with the, you guys kept growing. Were you guys doing year after year since then? You said 2014
Yes.
when you threw the first one.
Yes. 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 So the first one was 2014, and we have done every year except of 2020 due to COVID.
Right, right.
But otherwise we did every year. Yes. And so the first year we really started with um, zero money. So like we had the idea and then all the guys from the crew that chopped in 150 bucks. And then with that
Awesome.
money, we said, okay, yes, let's pay gasoline to these guys. Like Morning of Fall, we gave them money to come. And then all of us had the dancers in our homes because we didn't have money to afford to buy,
Right.
like to get hotels or whatever. And then, like from there, like every year we made like a little plus, and so like that our kind of money in the account of the group kept growing, and it allowed us to invite other dancers also from overseas, etc. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and we were also lucky because the first years we got our venue even for free because it's from the city and they liked what we do, and so there were like lots of circumstances they played for us, and
Okay.
yeah. Yes, I'm really happy to share like as much as you want to know about how to do events or like anything. So
Yeah, yeah,
just
100.
whatever you want to know, I'm happy
Yeah,
to
a little
share.
bit. Yeah, definitely want to get into how are you guys throwing events? How are you guys
Mm-hmm.
still doing it till this day?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the sponsors and stuff you got established. How do you guys get
Mm-hmm.
those involved? You just mentioned about the city.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the resources in your hometown and city, and so
Mm-hmm.
there are resources out there to help you provide of what you're doing, possible grants. Um, I think that this is something that many people don't use as a resource to help,
Mm-hmm.
help build upon their stuff. It definitely takes work in a professional environment to do this, right? Because you're working with
Yes.
certain
So
staff.
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. Tell me,
No.
whatever you.
Okay.
How did you
Yeah.
guys start in the beginning? You just said you got the venue for free. The
Exactly. So
city provided helped you guys.
yeah. So let's also mention, I want to say already from the beginning. So we have done DPC Jam now 10 times, and the first time that we have been able to earn a little bit of money was the ninth year. So we were 8 years before that, we were working for free. And with working for free, I mean, you really need the whole year, a group of people that has to work for that event. And
Yeah.
over the year, like we got bigger and bigger, and also our team grew. And still up to today, it's Deep Sea Jam is a kind of our heart project. Like we do it to celebrate our crew and to bring people together and to do like these dope events. This is our mission. And it's not to, we don't do it to make money out of it or whatever. Like if it comes,
Hmm.
it's fine. Like of course we take it, but it's not our priority. Our priority is to do like this dope event. Like we really just want to have this dope event.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then when you don't have money, then you have to see like how can you still get the things basically, let's say, for free. But what I mean by that is, for example, like in the beginning, firstly, you work with lots of volunteers, like you have people who do the entrance and they do that for free. And then, like you have friends who work in a company that has, I don't know, that, for example, beer, like someone that works there and they distribute beer. Then you call them up, then they give you for free. And then you
Mm.
like you activate your whole network and see who
Uh-huh.
knows someone who works whatever, who can help. Like this person, this guy is good in graphic design, so he can do the flyer. And then, like that. And since we
Oh,
are a
okay, okay.
crew and we are lots of people, we know lots of people. And like that, we have been able to, like involve many people who help us, for free. Yeah, in the
Oh, okay.
beginning. Yeah. Later down the road, then, like the event got a bit more established, and we also have been able, like first you don't want to charge money because you
Yes.
think, yeah, people wouldn't come because, yeah, maybe it gets too expensive. But now we got to a point where, like we know our event is good. And so we can charge an entry price. And so like that, we also have some finances that we can use for the event, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and for sponsoring, it's super hard, like everywhere, like it's super hard to get sponsors. Um, yeah, every year, like it's a hustle, like you ask 100,
Yeah.
and then maybe one says okay, and this one usually, like all the sponsors we got in the past were also through our network. For example, where now we work with, let's say Nikon, but Oli, which is our co-organizer also, he's our creative director. He's a photographer and he works with Nikon already for many years. So he has direct
Oh, nice.
access to the marketing people, and actually it's like all of our sponsorings that we had in the past were through someone who knows someone that we go to the respective, responsible person who can decide these things.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, we have written hundreds, if not thousands, of emails to people. I would say thousands. Yeah. If we combine all of us together, like to brands, we tried via, their info@xy.com email. We tried via, LinkedIn to look up the specific person who works in that department. We tried so many
Oh, yeah.
ways, like really, really, really many ways. But I must say the most successful ones were the ones where we really we knew that person, or someone of us knew that person who can decide.
Mm,
Mm,
nice, nice. No, I love that because it's like there's always that saying that says, you know, your is your net worth. Who you
that's
know.
true.
It's
Hmm.
not what you do, but it's who you know that can help, and you kind of tap into everyone network to help bring this awesome, amazing, hype, dope jam together. And
Hmm.
it does take a
Hmm.
lot of time behind the scenes to develop it to what it is. And so it's not like one of those, oh, I threw a jam, I made some revenue at door and compound, but there's a lot of work through it. You got to pay judges, you got to
Yes.
uh, judges, MC, talent. But if you have, your crew, Godfather's MC, that might help with
Hmm.
expense. Even if you know someone in your crew that judges. So, but in the end, it does take a lot of work and a lot of funding to provide those. And to make it
Yeah,
even doper and sponsors, it takes a lot of consistent persistence to find the
hmm,
right network that will help the vision
exactly.
and stuff you do. And so, definitely, I know, dude, this is cool, man. I love it. I love this chat.
Yeah,
I think a lot of stuff like this that doesn't get spoken to. There's a lot of behind the
yeah.
scenes stuff, and man,
Yeah, I'm very
it's
happy
cool.
also to mention to everybody listening. So if you guys have any question, you can anytime reach out to me and I'm really happy to help. So in any ways. And yeah, just reach out. Just drop me a message on Instagram or whatever, and I'm really happy to help.
Nice, nice, cool, man.
Mhm.
Have you done any work outside of your hometown or outside of Switzerland?
With DPC?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we have done qualifiers abroad. We've been once in the Netherlands, once in South Korea, and twice in Taiwan.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And for this year, we are also trying to, like, we will do maybe one or maybe max two qualifiers. And, but let's see, because our thing is we don't want to do too many, and matter of many things like time, money, resources. And also
Yeah, yeah.
we prefer like our top eight that we invite. When we invite them, we have control about the people that will come. But if you do a qualifier in a country, it doesn't mean that the best people from that country gonna win because maybe they're not gonna attend, you know. So we
Oh,
want to
right,
have
right.
kind of the control of the level on our event.
Mm, okay, okay.
Hmm.
And then if the
Yeah,
qualifiers win that, yeah, they'll fly down to the event in
exactly.
Switzerland.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So for this year, we will do again the World Final on October 25th. And now we are looking at the option to maybe do another event in springtime, but
Okay.
nothing confirmed yet. So,
Yeah, and your website announced October 25th for the World Finals of DPC Jam.
mhm,
Heck yeah, sweet
exactly.
man.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you should come if you have time.
I was man, I looked into it. I think and then they got the Red Bull finals in Japan, and then I think in that same month of November they got the freestyle. I'm like, gosh, I would love to. A lot of traveling, right? So you're like, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got a wife, 3 kids, so I gotta really
Okay.
balance
Wow.
and manage
Congratulations.
together. And so I got work down here, so I work right now at a hospital, and then also that's my full time job right now. And then also I
Hmm.
do real estate as well.
Oh,
Still learning
nice.
sales day. This is my 3rd year out here in Portland, Oregon. A lot of the stuff I learned through there with like business, cold calling, door knocking. How many no's
Yeah,
before yes, and then yeah, kind of apply it to
yeah,
breaking and learn the basic and fundamentals. And so it's a lot of cool stuff that I learned from breaking to apply that to other methods. And so
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, I like that thing with the like the cold calls and door knocking. So I'm sure you also are aware of the fact that you need to try thousands of times until you get a yes. And that's something
yeah,
that many people, like they give up too fast if they want to, I don't know, let's say they want to do an event and yeah, I've written 10 brands about sponsoring, nobody came. And, like
yeah, yeah,
that's, like fucking reality is like we are doing this event now 10 years and we have written thousands and we have maybe a handful of sponsors. So you just have to keep going, you just have to try and don't give up, and find different ways and be creative and think outside of the box. And at some point it will work.
yeah. Heck yeah. No,
Hmm.
100%. Yeah, don't let that
Hmm.
1 or 10 no's stump you on your vision and
Exactly.
your persistence to do what you got to do.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, man. There's a lot.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of that, what kind of setbacks have you had? Have you ever had like any challenges of even events or even in breaking that made you want to like stop or maybe you shouldn't focus as much on this?
Um,
I,
like not to stop, no, never.
okay.
Like I really love breaking, so I will dance forever. And but like maybe I will not compete forever, but I will dance forever. And like to stop, no. But of course, setbacks, of course, like if you do things, you always will have setbacks. And once, like I've read once a really nice quote. It was written like an Arab quote. It says, "If the sun shines all the times, you will get a desert." So
Mm,
it has to rain. So it has to rain. We had with DPC Jam, of course, many setbacks. Like one thing which is somehow a cool story in when we did DPC Jam the 3rd year, 2016, maybe I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks before the event happened. Out of the 8 invited teams, 5 canceled.
oh
And
dang.
because
Okay.
at that time also we were not so established, not so big, and then like they come with excuses, whatever. So we had to find almost complete new lineup in a very short time. And then we were like, what do we do? And we like brainstorm, said, you know what? Somehow we said, let's get Lil Zoo and Pocket. And
Ooh.
that because we were like, let's get we wanted to have Pocket and but we couldn't afford a second overseas. Then we said, hey, who do you want? Someone from Europe. And then yeah, Lil Zoo, and then yeah, well, and then this happened. So then thanks to that. like they came and they won, and that was the first year that we got like lots of views on YouTube. So basically, thanks to the setback that we had to change the whole lineup almost, we had this dope team, and that was kind of the first time that we got like a bit, attention internationally.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so in the end, like things happen in life. You cannot change that, but the way how you respond to it, this is something that you can influence.
Damn, that's cool. I love it. And so with that setback, oh God, what do we do now? And you guys figure out another method that could work, and it actually helped propel with the
Exactly.
jam and event
Yes.
for more exposure too. That's awesome.
Exactly. Exactly. That was also the first time that we had, like a team, so like a special team, that never danced together. And this
Oh
is
right.
now up to today, it's still a bit of our strategy that we want to have some teams that never been together in a team. Like we had, for example, Zuti Zut and Malish, like never
Uh-huh.
would someone think these two in a team, and yeah, we try to have such kind of teams to have it special, to have it, yeah, that people look forward to see these to dance together.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, because how they got to
Hmm.
manage and compete in teamwork, how they bring minds together to
Exactly.
they never danced with each other before, so they got maybe a day or a few hours to
Hmm.
come together and figure out something. So that's really awesome.
Exactly.
Brings a twist and
Exactly.
kind of new flavor to what we do. So heck yeah, that's
Exactly.
awesome, man.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And stay tuned for this year's teams. I'm not gonna announce anything yet.
Oh right, right.
Yeah, but
Until it
gonna
gets
be dope for
closer.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna be dope for sure, promise.
Nice. Yeah, 2025, man. Yeah, man. Cool. So,
Hmm.
what inspires you to keep doing what you're doing?
In breaking or in life or
Yeah. Uh, Breaking in life. Um, what inspires you to keep dancing? What inspires you to keep throwing these jams? What inspires
hmm
you to, stay within the dance scene as a
hmm
as doing what you're doing?
That's a very good question. So I think so. First, of course, like is passion and love for breaking. As mentioned, I will dance forever. So, and
Yeah.
I want to contribute to this scene and this culture. What is also a very big driver is for sure, my crew. So I'm really thankful to have a crew. I mean, we are together now for 15 years and still together, still working. And
Yes.
we have now also some new generations, and, like it's also very inspirational to practice with them. They have a completely different energy. They have so much energy, and it's dope. So I think my crew is a very big driver for sure.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, why do we keep going with the jam? Yeah, just we just want to have this dope jam, like we just
Right.
like when
Yeah.
you're there and you feel this energy, it's insane. Like it's amazing, and when Indian, it's even your own jam, it gives so much, I don't know, so much gratitude, such a beautiful feeling, to be able to create something like that with your crew, and people love it and the whole world loves it and knows it. It's such an amazing feeling. Like it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding.
That's awesome, man.
Hmm.
That's sweet.
Bro, after
Man.
after not even top 16, I already lose my voice every year.
that's
Yeah.
that's all, yeah, all the people in the community and your crew inspires you. Is there anybody that you look up to or mentor um while you're coming up in the
Hmm.
dance?
I have many people I look up to, definitely. Um, for example, like in the dance, for example, one guy from my crew, his name is Boots. He is 51 years old,
Mm.
and he is still like rocking like crazy. He like getting better still, and he has so
Okay.
much energy, so motivated, and such a young soul. And he brought me into yoga actually. So he's a person I
Ah,
look really up. Then right now as a dancer, I am very inspired by Dizzy, Supernaturals.
dope.
So
Okay.
yeah, so I know him for a while now. And last time when I was in Taiwan, we spent time together. He taught me privately some of his foundations and also the way how he approaches business. Like he's a very inspirational person in that sense. Um, as mentioned, my crew, they inspire me. Like my students inspire me a lot. So the way how they approach dance, the way how they practice, it's so different than we used to do. So I get lots of inspiration also from the young generation. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, like I try to get inspiration from everywhere, and I
Yes.
tried
Yes.
also to inspire as much as I can from my side. Yeah.
No, that's amazing, man. I love that.
Hmm.
The knowledge that you have experienced and teaching the youth or teaching others, inspire them of what
Hmm.
you have learned. And so that's what we do. That's kind of what the give back we do as a person, and to give back to the peers, or
Hmm.
hopefully they use it and apply it into their lifestyle, and hopefully that helps.
Exactly.
And
Hmm.
that kind of brings back this podcast as well. Hopefully this inspires and builds value to somebody that willing to do what they want to do, and hopefully this
Hmm.
helps them in any possible way. And I think just having one person or two people that does it, I'm happy with that.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Me too. Definitely.
So
Hmm.
yeah, tap in back into it, because there's questions that I would love to know when I was
Hmm.
learning breaking. I had a crew, but they weren't as so much as into the scene or into bigger competitions. We're pretty.
Hmm.
We stayed in a city a lot, right? And
Hmm.
I always been hungry. I've always like strive. I'm like, oh, dude, competition's coming up. Let's go,
Hmm.
compete. Win or lose doesn't matter, because I love it. I love going out there. Some of the other members, they weren't as competitive, and so yeah, it's a lot of learning, self learning for me.
Hmm.
I've thrown 3 jams here in Portland,
Nice.
um, and I want to throw another one again, bigger and
Cool.
better. And so
When?
it's not sure yet. I was thinking about doing
Hmm.
it this year, but I think it might be next year, because I'm still
Hmm.
working on a lot of other side stuff. Trying
Hmm.
to keep up with video editing.
Cool.
Trying to keep that up, because everything I'm doing, I'm wearing all the hats right now, doing this and doing that. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah, just a lot of projects in the works right now. And I definitely trying to get into, um, I'm trying to build a program as well for like youth. So
Hmm.
in my city. And so that way I can
Amazing.
help build that up. And yeah, a lot of visions that I want to do, establish. It
That's
just
cool.
takes
Yeah.
time, man. It's just,
Yeah, 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 for
especially
sure.
and
For
getting
sure.
right people in place that
Hmm.
have the same vision and goals. That way we can, collab and connect and
Hmm.
kind of, network. You're really good at this, so let's have you do this,
Hmm.
this. And
That's very
so,
important. Like entrepreneurship is a team sport, Like you cannot do everything by yourself. Definitely not.
right, yeah.
And it's important to have the right people. And I'm really happy and super thankful that I have my crew who, like we are a very large crew. We are like 25 people at the moment, but not everybody is anymore
Oh, wow.
active.
Okay.
But still, like with some of them, we share the same vision, and like we work hours, many, many hours for free just to create these projects. And I'm really thankful to have these friends and crewmates to do these projects together. Yeah. And it's cool that you want to do also some stuff for young people, because like this, the community and the breaking culture can keep on living. So we have to teach young people so that just our culture can stay and remain alive.
Yeah, and a lot of growth is coming up, I think, with later down the road, all of us, all the people that are teaching the youth and passing
Hmm.
it down, the knowledge. You got youth. There's so much. Yeah, there's so much. I feel like
Yes.
breaking is amazing. A lot of it's still a lot of it's growing,
Yes.
and
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
and we need to pass down that
Definitely.
knowledge, 100%.
Exactly. Yeah. It's also interesting to see like the young people how faster they develop in everything,
Oh
you know,
gosh, that's
like
crazy.
in yeah,
Yeah.
in dance, but also in life. You know, like if you think about it, when we were in school, we didn't have even mobile phones, and now they have
Mm.
ChatGPT, you know, and it's crazy how fast everything got, and it's very
Yes.
inspiring, you know, like it's very inspiring.
Yeah, they got the knowledge upon their hands. You got your phone.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
can search it up on the internet, like in a couple seconds.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Yes.
yeah, the evolvement. Everything evolves, and bigger
Exactly.
and better of the children and the youth to get better what we do. So
Exactly. Yeah.
man, cool
Nice.
man.
Cool.
Yeah, man. What are you up to nowadays? Are you working any projects right now? Anything in the horizon? I know you said you got the jam coming up on October 25th,
Hmm.
25th. Are you working anything ongoing currently?
So, yeah, just my projects that I've been working on before. So DPC Academy and DPC Yoga, focus on that. Then with the agency, we are working on some projects which are all linked to DPC Jam. And personally with my social media, these are kind of my main um priorities at the moment. These are
Okay.
like work wise. And of course, like I'm
Yeah.
practicing a lot. I'm still very motivated. Still, I want to do some jams the next few years. And as long as I still can, like, I want to be like Boots, you know, like he's 51 and still competing. So I want to be the same.
Yes.
Hmm.
Man, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And on your side, what about you?
Oh man. Uh, I try to stay balanced everything, be there for my
Hmm.
family and kids, trying to be good father, good husband, just support the family,
Amazing.
of what they do while balancing, video editing, podcasts, just, and then try the whole business of the real estate and creating more stuff, because like,
Cool.
I could just be like done. Okay, I'm just gonna go work, chill with my family, and just like practice and break. But I feel like there's so much in my vision in my mind that I want to give back, and so I'm like,
Hmm.
I just keep doing it. I want more. Keep going.
Yeah,
Okay, we're
yeah.
done with that. Now that's like kind of my lifestyle. Okay, and then trying to hit another, raising the bars for myself, and just
Hmm.
get more challenges into my life where I'm like, okay, it's not too bad once you're doing it, and then you get kind of accustomed to that style, and then yeah,
Hmm.
man, it's just
Nice.
gosh,
And
it's
what do you do to balance all of this? You seem like a very active person.
I have to give it up to my wife. She helps a lot with the kids, right? And so she gives me the
Hmm.
time I need to do what I want to do. Like, hey, so like, um, let's say Monday through Friday.
Hmm.
Monday, I'd be like, okay, so I go to work, come back, I go to the gym right after work, and my wife picks up the kids from school, and so
Hmm.
I have about an hour before we have dinner together, and so I'll be at the gym. So I'll be at the gym, try to be at the gym, do whatever I can for 1 hour. So like that hour is very precious at the gym. Be like, okay, I
Hmm.
gotta like
It's your me
really get,
time.
yeah, I gotta get active and just like
Hmm.
kind of go beast mode, right? Just kind of like how I want to do and breaking and stuff like, and then come back, have dinner with them, and then I'll probably spend some time video editing within the time or time on the computer, 2 3 hours. So yeah, you said balancing. It's just really balancing your days. You got to stay
Hmm.
organized Monday through Friday. Be like, all right, Monday I'm gonna work on real estate stuff. Make sure that's
Hmm.
good. Tuesday I'm gonna just do my dailies, which is go to work, gym, family, and then video editing, and then
Hmm.
the next day back to your business stuff. And yeah, so it
Hmm.
kind of balances. So you have your normal routines, and then on top of it, yeah, man, just a lot of sacrifice of sleep, a lot of sacrifice of energy. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's I don't know. I'm freestyling
Yeah.
all on the go at the same time. Some days I don't want to do it, but I was like I have to do it. If I don't do it today, I'm gonna feel it tomorrow, and then I'm gonna kind of like, oh, I kind of regret it. I'm like, I should have just did it yesterday versus today, and
Hmm.
yeah, I just had to say prop to the whoever your other half or whatever, because and if you have kids and family, they're a really great support to help you to do
Hmm.
what you do, and just really that drive too, in my mind, as I'm getting older, I'm 37, and kind of had to figure out like I don't have that much time. Let's say for
Hmm.
example, you got what I'm 37, 10 years, you're gonna be 47, 10 years after that. So like maybe 10, 20 years before you get too old to do what you want to do. So I'm like,
Hmm.
in my mind, I'm like, dude, I gotta do it now. Every day
Yeah,
counts.
that's
Otherwise
true. That's
I'm gonna
true.
look back and be like, what was I doing this last couple years trying to,
That's so true.
and so I wish I was doing this
Hmm.
10 years ago because I actually thought about um, this whole CypherBeast TV thing roughly 10 years ago, but a lot of that time is like loop back to like mental mindset and stuff like that. So, I actually had like, I was like, oh, I always wanted someone to do it with me because I never had a crew that were like, so I did a lot of things myself, right? So
Hmm.
I competed by myself. My crews weren't battling. I threw my own jams by myself, everything,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
connected network people. I know some DJs and people in the community. And so, uh, yeah, dude, it's just like lot of self love. You gotta know
Hmm.
yourself. And during that 10 years beforehand, I always wanted someone to do it with me, crewmates or somebody to do it with me,
Hmm.
this me. And then I stopped breaking for a while, doing other priorities. And then 2023, I come back. I was like, I'm gonna go back doing this, make content, and just really know myself during those times beforehand. And so that's why it's just like, okay, I'm gonna do it myself.
Hmm.
I need the right people in place that have the same vision and goals because it's really tough because I can't control anybody to do what they want to do, and
Hmm.
so they have to love it too, And so
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, that's just me. So, what about
And
you?
what
Yeah.
was your turning point? Like why like what changed in your mindset that you decided to do it?
Back to breaking.
Back to breaking and also for this CypherBeast project.
Yeah, so I thought about this name back in like 2013, 2011, and I know before that I always knew I wanted to do like more media content too,
Hmm.
even though it's like breaking, whatever, I don't know, just whatever that had to involve of like content. I always had a niche
Hmm.
for it. I always liked it, and so I just started like this
Hmm.
recently, and this was like storytelling. I forgot the question actually. You, why did I start? You saying?
Sorry, my battery just finished from my headphones. Um, Wait a second.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll keep talking. So why did I
Yeah.
start this? Just because hopefully I can inspire somebody to do what they do. Because there's a lot of questions that I would love to know as
Hmm.
started breaking mentors and coaches. I was, say that I didn't have. I had, mentor coaches was kind of like Herb at the time. Learned a lot, but have they taught me a different method? What's out there in the real world? There's all these other big things out of the states. A lot of big competitions where you can go to there. That's if they want to do it. But for me,
Hmm.
I always liked those, and I felt like if I had better mentor and coaches during those times, that could really propel my breaking or my
Amazing.
style. And so, run it back to the podcast. I hope this inspires somebody and build value that if you can't find your answers at your hometown, you might have to get out of your hometown and find it somewhere else. So,
Hmm. Yeah, true.
yeah.
And so is that your main inspiration or what is your inspiration to do all of your projects? Same
Oh
question back to
gosh,
you.
I love it. I think the just giving back as much as I can,
Hmm.
inspire others so they can, just let them know that they are valuable. You are a human being, and you can do what you pursue you want to do. Don't have any limitations or disbelief because this one person said it. Um,
Hmm.
so building that confidence for a youth or someone that I can possibly just my words help them, you know.
Nice.
So
Cool.
yeah, just that's just my giving back. So and there's a
Nice.
lot
Keep
more too,
going.
like the jams and stuff. I definitely want to throw jams and yeah, there's a lot to it.
Mm-hmm. Nice, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for asking that. There's a lot to it. Yeah, a lot of stuff runs my head when we're saying it. So like my mind's like going like 1,000 miles. Like
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, do you have
Yeah.
any other thing that you would like to know? Or also maybe we can add here that if questions come up from your audience or whatever, we can also do like another time and really just go on answer these.
Yeah, that's one thing I kind of want to tap into more this year too. It's like the live stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think there's a thing called AMA, Ask Me Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Me Anything questions where you could like just jump on the live and just kind of have people jump in and ask questions and talk about it. I think that's another good
Mm-hmm.
one to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're throwing the jam upcoming October, I think it'll be good to like month or 2 months before just start doing lives maybe with you and Godfather, just start
Yes.
talking about stuff or even giving away. Hey, jump in. We're giving away maybe like 2 tickets to your jam
Mm-hmm.
if you tap in, and we'll do like maybe a raffle or something. Whoever jumps in or questions. So yeah, a lot of stuff
Yes.
like that. There's a lot of stuff in mind that you can work through content and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
stuff
sure.
like
Hit
that.
me up anytime. I'm really happy to share anything.
Yeah, dude, awesome, man. I love that you taking the time to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I think it's a good point of wrapping up. Is there any certain
Mm-hmm.
questions or anything else
No,
that you would like
I'd
to
like
mention?
to. First of all, thanks for having me. Like as mentioned, this was my first podcast, so it's a
Awesome.
milestone, and really happy to have done it with you. And I would like to again mention, so if anybody has any question in terms of like organizing events, running a dance school, whatever, can anytime reach out to me. I'm not, I'm not saying I'm perfect, or whatever. I'm still in the process of learning a lot, but I think that
Nice.
I have done some experiences, and I'm happy to share them. And I'm also sure that if questions come, I can learn a lot from there as well. So, yeah, I want to just keep on working on this and sharing.
Yeah, 100%. And
Hmm.
sometimes when you first start, your voices might not. You get better on the go. Keep
Hmm.
more reps to it, and
Yes,
you get better on the go. And so, if people
yes.
want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
I think easiest way it will be via Instagram, and
Okay.
it's at leonardo.dpc. Yeah, and then people can find me and reach out.
Awesome, awesome. I'll leave all that in the description below. Yo,
Thank
Leo,
you.
before we end it, I like to
Hmm.
do what's called a cipher round. So I'm gonna ask like
Okay.
5 questions, top of your mind.
Hmm.
You ready for it?
Okay. Yes,
Let's
I'm
hit with
ready.
the cipher round. First question: what's your favorite breaking move? Air flare? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Dope. I'm actually like, I'm learning it this year. So one
Nice.
of my
Cool.
milestones. Like I always wanted it, but yeah,
Nice.
good,
Yeah,
dude.
you will.
Dope. Second question is, do you have a favorite artist or song that you like to dance to? That's a big one.
Uh, yeah. So there's so many, but I just something with someone that comes into my mind right now is the last few weeks I've been practicing a lot to bonobo music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bonobo, and just like I used to practice a lot to bonobo, like maybe 15 years ago or something like that. And it just came up like my friend, we were practicing and said, hey, let's put some bonobo. And since then, when I practice by myself, I like to put different kind of music just to move my body differently. Yeah.
Mm, good. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome, man. You let the
Mm-hmm.
music take over.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Awesome. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
I shouldn't say that I'm Italian. I'm Italian, but yes, I like it. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
order it. I don't order it, but if there it's there and I eat it, I like the taste. Yes, I'm Italian. I shouldn't say that.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a hate or love question. Some people hate it, some people love it, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, no, I
crazy.
actually like it. I like sweet stuff in food somehow, yeah.
Good. Are you listening to any audiobooks or reading any books currently?
Yes, audiobooks, no, but I read books, yes. So many. But I just like let me show what I just ordered and I haven't started it yet, but this is gonna be my next one, Main Street Millionaire.
Mm.
So, but
Oh, good.
I cannot recommend it, so I haven't because I haven't read it
Who's the
yet, but they
artist? Is
had
that Cody Sanchez or who's that from?
yes, Cody Sanchez. Yes, have you read
Oh,
it?
okay. No, never. I seen her at a seminar in person. Cody Sanchez.
Yeah.
She was
Okay, cool.
she was amazing. Yeah, she's good.
Nice.
She's good. A
Yeah.
lot of
So
those.
my top three favorite books. I just started reading during COVID, so like 4 or 5 years ago, and before I never read, but I highly recommend to everybody to read. And my top three books are, first one is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and this one I really recommend. Then I would recommend the 5 a.m. Club, which is from the same author, and that one, it's just like having a morning routine has changed my life. So I really recommend these two books. And the third one, if it's about business and stuff, I would say The Diary of a CEO.
I actually
Yeah,
haven't heard that one yet.
yeah.
I know of it.
So
I
yeah,
haven't read it or anything. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So these are I would say my top three favorite books. But yeah, I have pretty some. And also, if you guys need recommendations, happy to share. I like personal
Nice, nice.
development books and business and spirituality. These are the things that I.
Sweet man. That's
Mhm.
awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Last question, last and final question. If you
Mhm.
got a chance to enter a competition for 2 versus 2, do you know
Mhm.
who that partner would be?
Yeah, someone from my crew for sure.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Anybody can be my generation, can be also maybe my students. But definitely.
Sweet, sweet, dude.
Mhm.
Awesome,
Mhm.
man. Hey, Leo, thank you once again taking the time to do
Yeah.
this. Man, you guys are doing great things. DPC, love it. Thank you for all the knowledge you bring. And then if you want to get tap into him, all description will be below. All his
Thank
info.
you so much.
You find this value, click that like, subscribe, bro. Thank you once
Yes,
again. I'll
thank
catch
you
you
so
guys on
much.
the next one.
Big shout out to also your project, CypherBeast. Like, keep going. And yeah, I see
Thank
you have
you.
lots of really cool stuff in your pipeline, and it's very valuable and important for our scene. So,
Yeah, hell
right,
yeah, bro.
nice,
All
brother.
right,
Thank
I'll
you so
catch you.
much.
Catch you on the next one. All right, peace.
Yes, all right, ciao, brother. Bye.
You have any last words or takeaways?
Support breaking brand, breaking businesses, not just brands, but businesses. Create your own. Invest in some if you can, get a chance. You know, find people out there who are passionate about something. See if you can work with them and invest into their ideas, especially if they're the ones doing your work, so you don't have to. And if not, investing, make it yourself. You don't understand how much you're really going to build the culture if you do that, right? Like, you're really investing back into the culture and creating